Yes guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be talking you how to exactly make your training 100 times more effective with this table that I'm going to be talking you through, even without a team or someone to train with. So from fully individual training sessions, which I know you all have access to. So I'm going to be talking you through this stupidly basic table, which you're probably going to see straight away and think, obviously, right? And that's the point. These are the points that I'm trying to come across with and sort of explain. So I'm going to obviously go into more detail over every step so I can actually talk you through and give you in-depth information on what you need to do depending on what step you're at of this table. So like I said, first of all, first question of today in our table. Are you currently training? Do you do individual training sessions? Are you in a team? Whatever. Are you doing any form of training? If your answer is no, you're going to come back and start training, obviously. Right, so now we're here. Yes, we are training. And are you noticing improvements as a footballer? So are you, every single session you go out there, are you noticing that you're actually getting better? Your touch feels better, you feel faster as a footballer, your shots are more consistent, etc., etc., etc. You get the gist pretty much here, right? So are you noticing improvements? No? If not, what you need to do is you need to give it more time. Train for longer. Not as in actual per session. I mean, train over a longer period of time before you start worrying about improvement. So if you've only trained for 1 week and you're thinking, what's the point here, right? Give it more time. Come back to the question. Again, are you noticing improvements? No, I'm not, right? I'm still not improving. I've been training consistently for a month now. Still not feeling any improvements, right? So let's follow the line here all the way up. Try something new. You can't expect different results from doing the exact same thing over and over and over. So you need to change what you're doing. The most important thing, and something I notice all the time with footballers when they head out to especially individual training sessions, is that their training sessions are not match realistic, right? You can't relate the things you're doing on that pitch right then to the things that you do in matches. So it has to be match realistic. Obviously, individual training sessions, the main focus is going to be the basic fundamental skills, right? The technical skills, so passing, dribbling, first touch in general, stuff like that. So obviously, it is somewhat difficult to implement match realistic movements with these basic things, but you really have to try and implement those things. So think about a match situation, considering what position you are, considering what style of play you use and implement in your game. How can you implement those types of movements, scenarios and situations into your individual training sessions? So like I said, try that, try something new, and then come back to the question. Are you noticing improvements? Yes. And are you performing better in matches? Yes or no? At the end of the day, right, why do we train? We train so we get better as players. We train so we can perform better in matches. If your training does not relate directly to improvements on match day, then you're doing something wrong. So what do you need to do if you feel like you're not performing better in matches from the trainings you're doing? Let's follow the lines here. The exact same point. Give it more time. Give it another couple weeks. Give it another month. See if something happens. We'll go back to here then. Are you noticing improvements from training? Yes. Back to here. Are you performing better in matches? Still no, right? I'm sure you can take a wild guess and see where this is going to take us. Try something new. Have a plan, but also have the open-mindedness to adjust where needed. Those two things added together is a recipe for perfection, honestly. So come back here once you've started trying some new stuff. Are you noticing improvements? Yes. And are you performing better in matches? Yes. That's simple. Seriously, honestly, so many players just go through their day-to-day lives, week by week, letting things happen. Just letting their football career just create its own path, right? And not really have a full control of what they're doing, of what results they're getting. That's why you really need to take control, consistently analyze how you're doing, how you're performing, track down how you're progressing, what are you doing to get better? And the next question is actually, are you tracking your progress? If you're not, come back to tracking your progress. You need to track your progress somehow. If you are, yes, welcome to great training. And that is the recipe, honestly, for success. That's the recipe for success as a footballer for training. You see, look how stupidly easy this table is once you actually lay it out and have a visual plan of what you need to do in order to reach your goals as a footballer. How can you actually track your progress as a footballer through training? Well, obviously, you can sort of self-analyze your own performances every match day. Write down a few things you did well, a few things you did bad. Were there improvements from last week's performance? What you need to do in order to improve? And asking yourself these questions that we went through on a weekly basis will guarantee results, right? That's 100%. And this is the exact template we use for all of the players we work with. Obviously, we usually skip the first question because when they join our program, obviously they're going to be training, right? Are they noticing improvements? Most players are in the no, simply because they don't know how to train, what to train, when to train, how long to train, how to recover, what to eat, what to do in the gym, and all of that adds up to improvements. But most players, like I said, just simply have no clue and don't really actively try to improve at this thing. So what most players do is they give it more time, and then again they come back to here because they're still not noticing improvements despite giving it more time. So they try something new, aka our program, where we lay out the methods in as simple as possible. All the work has to be tailored for the individual needs, equipment, schedule, workload, and most importantly, their goals, right? So if what you're doing isn't tailored for specifically you as a person, then you're not going to be getting the results that you should be getting, essentially. Which is why it is so important that you do implement the even basic fundamentals that I've spoken about so far. And training and improving in training is all good and well, but at the end of the day, if your performances aren't getting better on match day, then what are you doing it for, right? It just doesn't make sense. It's pointless. You're wasting your own time and your own energy. So again, one of the main issues that players are facing when joining us is their actual performances in matches. Usually it's down to confidence and their overall mindset. And secondly, what I've been talking about today is the effectiveness of their training, which is why a balance between working on two actively must be prioritized. It must be done. Otherwise, you're just going to be in here forever, right? The no section for are you improving better in matches? Are you performing better in matches? Sorry. How to know if you're actually improving in matches? I've already gone over this. You must track your progress. And again, so many players join our program and they just simply don't know how to track their progress, or they're just not doing it. And that's going back to my previous point of just letting things happen. You can't just let everything happen by itself and hope for the best. You have to have a plan, but again, the open-mindedness to adjust where needed. So the best players are proactive, so they plan for the future, but they also have the ability to react to any given situation in a positive manner. And everything I've discussed so far does lead to great training, player development, better performances, which leads to what? Opportunities, making your way up the pyramid of football and becoming what you're all here for, a professional athlete. So if you did want to sort of implement this very easy table, then go ahead. I've got a link in the description so you can download this yourself. And there's also a link in the description of this video to book a one-on-one call with me just to see if you're a good fit for our program. And obviously on that call, you'll get a better understanding of what we actually do for you, what we do for players all over the world. So yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you on the call. If you did enjoy this video, a cheeky like and a subscription would be very much appreciated. So subscribe to the channel. It is free, obviously. And I will see you on the next video.